Lesson 3. Washington becomes a state. The road to statehood. As you read in Chapter 3, Washington Territory was created in 1853 when it was separated from Oregon Territory. It would take 36 years for Washington to transform from a territory to a state. The wait finally ended on November 11, 1889, when it was admitted to the Union, along with Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. But why did it take so long? First, the population of the territory needed to be at least 60,000. Then, the territorial legislature had to draft a state constitution. The state constitution was required to uphold the principles of the U.S. Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. Further, the Constitution would have to guarantee basic civil rights for its citizens, including free speech and freedom of religion. The new state would also have to establish a public school system, which shall be open to all the children of said states and free from sectarian control. Sectarian refers to a person or group connected to a particular religion or set of beliefs. Once all these conditions were met, application could be made to the U.S. Congress for statehood. A constitutional convention. By 1878, Washington's population exceeded the minimum necessary to apply for statehood. In the summer of that year, territorial officials convened a constitutional convention in Walla Walla and began work on a state constitution. The issue of voting rights for women resulted in some heated discussions among the delegates in Walla Walla. Abigail Scott Duniway addressed the convention, asking the delegates to make Washington the first state to give women suffrage or to give them the right to vote. The proposal was turned down, as were other proposals that would have abolished the Indian reservation system and established segregated schools for black children. Eligible voters, who were men aged 21 and over, approved the Constitution later that year, and it was sent to Congress for approval. However, Congress failed to approve it and grant statehood to Washington. Some historians speculate that the Democratic majority in Congress was concerned that admitting Washington and other Western territories to the Union would tip the balance of power to Republicans who outnumbered Democrats in the Western territories. For the next 11 years, territorial leaders made several applications to Congress for statehood. Every application was rejected. Finally, in 1889, Congress approved the Enabling Act. This was a law to enable Washington, along with the territories of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana, to become states. Once again, territorial officials gathered to draft a state constitution. This time, they met at the territorial capital in Olympia. An amendment or proposed addition to grant voting rights to women and another amendment to ban the manufacture and sale of alcohol, which is known as prohibition, were both rejected by delegates. The territory's male citizens overwhelmingly approved of the Constitution, and it was sent again to Congress for ratification or formal approval. This time, Congress gave the green light, and Washington was admitted as the 42nd state. Republican Elijah P. Ferry was elected as the state's first official governor.